Tansri, Datuk, Foundation advisors, distinguished international guests, industry experts, members of the esteemed media, fellow colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I will be in a very short address trying to present the Human Life Advancement Foundation and the idea that are sitting behind what we would like to achieve. The vision of the foundation is actually to be innovative institution and responsive to the needs in the knowledge and technology development and dissemination. In that, we would be trying to actually work on the establishment of the cooperation between different players in the knowledge formation and the technology transfer. To achieve that, the vehicle would be to establish the networks that would actually put together organizations and the individuals that would like to actually contribute to the need of the society. I would like to stress here that would like, because that could not be ordered. That actually should be coming from the people itself. Our aims are related to the few different things. First, we would like to be a catalyst organization. We will be trying to actually initiate certain things and then leave to others to proceed further with them and to do the stuff. Then we would like to, through the activities, enhance or promote the understanding of the innovation and the innovation systems. Because that field is still everywhere. Everybody is talking about innovation, but many things are unsaid and not finalized to the certain level. In that, our aim would be to actually somehow support the environment in which knowledge is created and technology is developed and transferred to the users in the field. And at last, but not the least important, it's actually support efforts to develop people, to allow them to actually flourish to the maximum of their potential when we look at this. The knowledge is actually elusive, in a sense, a notion. And it comes, as here I cited the Margaret, it comes actually from the connections that were not there earlier. Either scientifically established certain relationships that we did not know earlier, or interaction between people that created actually in that interaction the knowledge. So looking at that, what we will be looking is sort of a culture shift in which the interactions and the networking would flourish and develop further. Without the cooperation, further advancement of the knowledge would be very, very tough. In that, what we would like to achieve is actually to create networks, as I said earlier, willing people and the companies. Network of those that do know and connect them with those who need to know. It takes inside the education, the technology transfer, the technology generation, and everything what is around. When we look at innovation process, it actually has in the basic three major players. The first player are the institutional frameworks that are generated at the level of the society, community, and the other stuff, which are actually creating the situation in which people select to play with the technology or to play football. You know, it is actually the society that sets the way how things are. The other player that is coming, it's industrial system. Industrial system in that is actually depending on the situation that exists in the society, trying to go in advance or trying to survive with what is in the hands. And the third player in the framework is educational and research system. So those three systems are actually based on the innovation, and they somehow should be collected together in the certain way to play with. That establishment of the interactions you will be seeing later would be actually a way how we think that our foundation should be organized. So, as I said earlier, we would like to look at the networking buzzword that now everyone is using it, and everyone is trying to put a network. What we would be trying here is actually to sustain those networks, and that probably is the hardest things. It's easy to establish them. It's a problem to sustain them for the long period of time. So first network that we will be trying to establish is actually a knowledge network. We put it that name, or sometimes we are using the term knowledge forum. So that is oriented toward developing the capacity to assimilate and apply knowledge and technology. So that is the goal of the network that we will be having. And the second one is technology transfer network, which hopefully the results of the work of the first one would be passing to industry and trying to actually move the technology transfer to a little bit different layer. The foundation would not establish its own research or educational institutions because there are many around. So what we would, in our idea, what we would like to do is using existing R&D infrastructure. In that sense, we are first in this orienting toward putting different structures together. Those structures would be of the two kinds that we would like to have. First are centers of excellence, which are actually distinguished by their excellent results in research, education, and the partially developing of the technology. And the other are the technology transfer centers, which actually are all of those that own the technology. Because to transfer something, we have to have it. So the technology transfer centers are supposed to actually own the technology, and they are supposed to be willing to actually enter the complicated process of the technology transfer. The concentration through the networking is actually on what we are counting, because that integration would actually enhance capabilities of all, because it will allow every node in the network to use the help of the others that are existing, and that way creating a synergy. So those actually two basic things, use of the existing infrastructure and concentration by the networking, are our main trust to actually achieve through the foundation. What we will be doing are actually few things, and we started already to go with the scholarships, in which the foundation is supporting PhD students and postdocs at this stage to actually excel in their disciplines of the work. Second, what we are trying, we will be actually giving the research grants and the grants for the technology transfer. But here, we will be trying to be a little bit different from others. We will be supporting user of the technology, not those that are owner of the technology, because user is actually the one that would set the tune and success of the transfer. And at the end, we would like to recognize the life achievement of the distinguished people that contributed to the society in the different fields. That's why we are establishing the Life Achievement Award, and tonight we will be giving the first time that award, and we hope that we will be proceeding to that way, actually promoting the things. Our networks would be looking for the international structure. So they are not oriented only toward the certain area, so they look internationally, and the knowledge forum or knowledge network would actually have the centers of excellence in which we will be trying to recognize the best in the field. At the centers will be actually put together at the level of the countries, and then we will have the clusters within the country in which actually basic units, which are those centers that we have around connected. Good example of that is Nano Malaysia, with which we are already discussing, because it is looking at the national level and then it has centers below down, or some other cooperation. Those would be actually looking at the researchers and students to support them through our scholarship. So that would give the propagation of the knowledge, and then obviously we will be trying to find funds and other means to support and sustain the network. Here, what our basic role would be is actually to create a database that is available to everyone, and the rules of the operation of the network in which everyone would feel comfortable. Similarly structured is the technology transfer network or technology forum, however you look. But here, difference is very big. Here we are looking at the technology transfer centers that already have the technology that is ready to be applied. So ready to be transferred to those that need. This structure is the same at the state level or the country level, at the regional level, and then individual components, in which here we are looking for the different players. Those could be SMEs, those could be big research organizations, but those could be also individuals. So whoever has the technology in the hand ready to be transferred is actually welcome to come to that situation. Then there are the customers, and here we actually see the synergy which would come to the point, because every node has access to the sources of all other nodes, so that integration to the network would actually giving the advantage to each of the players within the system. And then funds are coming, and as I said, foundation would be looking actually to support customer. So the customer is the only one who knows that transfer succeed. And he will be actually deciding on in many cases, the technology owner are supported, and then the customer comes somehow short-handed. To put back now the whole structure of the foundation, I would like to address once more this slide in which we were looking three major players. So how foundation would be covering that is actually the following. The technology forum would be actually oriented toward technology transfer and looking at industry and the usage of the technology and the generation of it. The knowledge forum would be addressing actually the needs of the education of the people and the research, and the third component of the system would be actually development forum through which they will be trying to actually at least understand and, if possible, influence in certain senses the framework that all of us are generating the knowledge and the energy. And the foundation would be actually then at the end operating in this form, with the three forums in which two of them will be actually two networks, put it together through the foundation, and the third one, the development forum, which actually will be trying to connect those two networks toward the fundamental ideas of the societies and move it in the different way. So those are the basic ideas about the foundation. Obviously, we will be developing because we are just starting, so many things would be changing, but hopefully the structure would remain for longer time. Thank you very much for attention.